Hello, my friends. Dave Parker, Scale Model Customs in the Scale Model Customs garage. So Brian over there at Got Fuels is throwing out the workshop show your bench challenge, and I thought I'd show you my bench, and for what it's worth, share the obsession, share the motivation, because inspiration is a two-way street, as a wise man once said. So let me flip this around and show you around. All right, hold on. So the Scale Model Customs garage is actual garage. You can tell because there's a garage door opener, which I don't really use much anymore because I haven't parked a car in here in a very long time. I'm obsessed with multiple hobbies and borderline hoarder, I guess you could say. So I've got booted out of the house a long time ago, and I'm happy about that. We've converted the garage over the years. We've been here for like 30 years. At one point I actually built this room back here, kind of sectioned off a chunk of the garage, and my wife would kill me if I show you that, but I gave her that room and she's got her little space in there, but I took over the rest of the garage. And so we'll start with the paint booths. I do all my painting over here. This is my homemade paint booth. One of many I've gone through over the years. This is its current rendition. This one, I haven't punched a hole in the wall yet to ventilate it, so I got to pop open the garage to get the fumes out. But this is the fan actually right here. This is from the guys that grow weed indoors. These vents, these fans, they sell them on Amazon to vent the I don't know, the lamps or whatever. But this is actually a pretty high volume fan that's actually pulling air instead of pushing air. So I pop open the garage door and shove this outside, and I have some pretty high quality vent tubing or something, whatever you call it. That's 6-inch that connects up inside of here and pulls it out, and it actually does a really good job. Got a couple LED lights in there, and I added this light. I need a lot of light because I'm old and my eyes aren't doing as good as they used to. But this is kind of the back side of the garage. I've been here for years. I got my paints. Built this little shelf for a majority of my paints. Got a lot of Scale Finishes paint, which I really like. I noticed I was really admiring Brian's paint stand. He had some plexiglass that kind of keeps them from falling out, so I'm going to be stealing that idea, sir. I thought that was really cool. But I got all my supplies here, all the basic stuff for mixing paint and getting it ready for the airbrush. My polyacrylic, which I really love nowadays. I do have the Trigger Iwata that I use for most of my pigments, and then the regular Neo for primers and clears. I just picked up some more Neo parts. I'm actually going to convert this to a 0.5 so I can get the Stynylrez to squirt out a little bit better. But yeah, this is where I basically mix the paint, clean my airbrush, shoot, exit, and all that good stuff. This is my, I don't have a food dehydrator, but I did build this box. You may have seen this in the past, but this is my heat box. In the cooler nights or days, I can throw a parts or a body in there and get it to dry a little quicker. This is my relatively new air compressor. This is a Harbor Freight Fortress. This thing's so quiet. Does a really nice job, nice and quiet, and works really well. I like that compressor a lot. It's like $90 or something. Works well. Got a parts box full of miscellaneous parts. And I got this storage, this old cabinet. I think somebody left on their sidewalk with a big free sign, so I of course had to take it, and I threw a bunch of junk in there. My normal tools. One of my other obsessions is music. Got my audio gear, records, my audio rack with some stuff. One of my workbenches. So this is one of those like shelves you get at Home Depot, which I converted to a bench. I basically took the top piece off. At one point, I was really into guitars, which I still am. I was doing guitar tech on there. I actually had the top piece all the way to the top flush with some carpet and did guitar tech. Then I got back into models, less into guitar, and then of course my ham radio obsession. This is an HF rig that belonged to my father, and he gave it to me. It's a very nice radio right there. Got my current unbuilt stash that I've been slowly rebuilding back up after being out of this for a bit. But I've actually kind of starting to transition to this other desk to do modeling, because it's just really not that comfortable down here for me, because I got a bunch of crap down there too by my foot. See? Hey. And so I've actually transitioned over to this desk just this weekend and moved some lights around. I'm really actually quite comfortable in this. I'm a big old tall guy, so I removed the center drawer and I can get my legs under there now. And you know, pretty happy with the current bench actually. I use old cigar box for my frequently used tools. Then you know, I got some stuff for supplies. This is a dollar store makeup organizer, which works really well. And I don't know what this thing was, but I think it was dollar store as well. I use a lot of toothpicks and Sharpies and brushes. Big fan of the sanding stick. Got the sanding sticks. But this is where the majority of my building goes on. Big fan of the magnet thingy, so you can put your metal tools on there. I really like that dude. But you know, main network feeds in here. I got my router and 100 gig switch to feed all my other devices. Couple of bodies that my late friend built, and he passed away a couple years ago, and I was lucky enough to get some of the stuff that he built. Couple kits that were given to me, and some that I built over the years that I actually got the cases for. Got this sign here from a friend when I first got out of rehab and finally got home. This was sitting there waiting for me. My friend Brad McGilligrivy, I always mispronounce his last name, McGrively. Sorry, Brad. Very nice of him. I freaking dig that sign, man. It's all wooden, custom made. Freaking love that. You know, I got some flyers up here. You know, some car shows, local car shows. But got my audio mixer. Pretty much everything feeds through that right now. I got my radios, my scanner, my 2-meter 440, both my personal computer, my Linux box, and my work computer. Audio goes through the mixer out to these studio monitors. And so I've got a nice audio system in here. And yeah, so it's a giant pile of crap. You know, you got to make do with what you got. I'm fortunate to have I think a great space. I'm really comfortable out here. I can rock the music or watch videos or whatever. Do my video editing over there, and play with my radios, play with my cars, play with my guitars. It's a wonder I get anything done. I'm majorly distracted in here. You know, it's like, ooh, a squirrel. Let's listen to the radio. What's on the computer? I mean, sometimes I wish I just had a room just for models. I might probably get more done. But, you know, since we're here, I'm still working on this damn Impala. Anyone else struggle with the suspension on this 65 Foose Impala? It's driving me mental. But I think I finally got it. So getting that done. Did get paint on it. I think I showed you that already. I'm getting ready to clear that. Hopefully maybe tomorrow. These are the wheels I'm going to use. I'm going to put rallies on there. I'm not a big fan of these. Oddly enough, these look better in person than they do actually in pictures that I've seen. But I don't know. These are just going to go back in the stash. I'm not wild about those Foose wheels. I'm going to go with the rallies. And so got the engine started. I'm creeping up on final assembly here. That'll be done in probably a couple months at my rate. I was going to use these Pegasus wheels in this build, but I can't quite figure it out how to get them on there without too much trouble. So I'm going with the rallies. Got other builds that I've got. Well, you saw the Roadster. This is one that I've been working on. This is actually a NASCAR chassis that I made work with this one. Sits nice and low. And that's a 69 Camaro I built that I never did a video about. I'll have to do that one of these days. Scale finishes. Turned out pretty good. Got a 420 427 in there, which I thought was badass. You know, come my tech shelf, a couple older builds. You might remember if you've been watching my channel for a while. I remember doing that van. How dusty it is. Oh my gosh. That van was really fun. Really dug that. Another Impala. And yeah. Johnny Ramone. So, you know, a lot going on out here. I know it's a mess. Oh, my wife has a snake. It's my wife's snake in there. So Monty every now and then pops his head up and says hello. I don't want anything to do with the snake. That's her thing. But somehow it's next to me, which is weird. So anyway, yeah, this is the ScaleModelKustoms garage. And sorry you have to see my mess. But it is what it is, and I'm more than grateful to have a space to do my thing, man. And so I hope you enjoyed that. Appreciate you checking in. Thanks for Brian for the challenge. And have a great weekend, my friends. Dave Parker, ScaleModelKustoms in the ScaleModelKustoms garage. Thanks for watching, my friends. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.